Hello and welcome to another exciting matchup. We're here in the purple region tonight. It is I, host Eric / sportscaster Eric, with color commentator Taylor, and we're here for a big matchup. This is the number 1 seed. We're talking about the one, the only, the Dave Superpowers versus INFJ Instinct, who somehow got absolutely reamed by the selection committee and put in an 8 seed as an afterthought almost. It's like they were just looking for one more name to drop in there and forgotten about INFJ Instinct or something. So, after this theme song, we'll take a look and see which of these channels is going to win this game.
You need to understand right now that you, within you, have the power, you have the capacity, you have the capability, you have the gumption, you have the panache. You got it. It's there. It's within you. It's good, and it's there, and you got it.
I'd just been sad, I gave up long ago. Was sometimes mad, but bad was all I'd ever known. Since sad was all I'd been, I'd only mope and pout until I met a man named Ken who showed me how to whisper shout.
I'm rich, I'm the best, I'm the greatest, I'm the greatest, I'm the best. I'm rich, I'm the best, I'm the greatest, I'm the greatest, I'm the best. And I'm rich, I'm the best, I'm the greatest, I'm the greatest, I'm the best. I'm rich.
I'd just been sad, I gave up long ago.
I'm the greatest.
Was sometimes mad, but bad was all I'd ever known.
I'm the greatest.
Since sad was all I'd been, I'd only mope and pout.
I'm the best.
Till I met a man named Ken who showed me how to whisper shout.
I'm rich, I'm the best, I'm the greatest, I'm the greatest, I'm the best. I'm rich, I'm the best, I'm the greatest.
Okay, welcome back. INFJ Instinct. Let's take a look at that one first. I pulled her up, and do you have the link already, Taylor?
I do.
Okay, so let's look at this banner. I like it. I like the banner.
Yeah, I can dig it.
It works. It's cool that it's like that. Now she has these are cues that right now are suggesting to me she might actually be an INFJ, or the fact that she's got shitty organization on her front page and a cool banner.
Yeah. Now with the last one we had special allowances for tank tops.
I mean, it didn't do those girls any good. They didn't win on it, you know. It helped them keep it close, but let's see about this one.
Hi everyone, my name is Gianna.
Which one?
Today I thought I would film more of a rambly video.
Why I started making
I've been
YouTube
feeling
videos.
really reflective lately. The other day I noticed that I had reached 200,000
Why would you
views
choose
on
that
this
one?
channel, which to me is so hard to fathom. I have just been overwhelmed.
Well, because she's talking about herself rather than with somebody else. We get a view of just what she talks like, and it's INFJ loneliness. So we'll get to see what she says about her feelings and stuff and her moisture. It's a good idea generally to get a sense of how toxic is the dampness. Is always a good question. Is it a kind of dampness that you can kind of wallow in for a little bit, or is it a toxic dampness that immediately drives
That's
you
the
away?
sort of shit that it will be as toxic as you let it be.
All right, well, let's watch and we'll see how toxic the moisture is. If it's a nice, gentle saline, or if it's an acidic, lemon juicy kind of moisture.
All right, which one are we watching?
INFJ loneliness, why I started making YouTube videos.
With so much gratitude for anyone who has just clicked on even just one of my videos. I had realized as well that I've never really taken the time to let you in on where I was at when I started making these videos and my why behind them. So if we were to track back 2 and a bit years ago, I had made a decision at the time to extend my final year of high school, since I had fallen ill with an autoimmune illness the previous year, and I really wasn't in the right
Called don't want to go to
space
school
to be
disease.
able to hone in and really focus on my studies with everything that was going on. I approached my second year of my final year of high school with a very open mind. I was really confronted with a lot of experiences that pushed me towards loneliness. I would go to school and the new grade that I was with had no interest in getting to know me. Everyone was just ready to just finish their final year and be with their friends. And I tried so hard to be friendly and inviting, but no one really was interested in getting to know me, and I just got more and more lonely over time. So with hindsight, I've been able to understand how loneliness takes different forms. We can feel lonely in a lack of connections, we can feel romantic loneliness.
Okay, that's fine. I'm just not really very interested in it, but it's not a bad video.
It's an incredibly boring topic. She's just a very pleasant presenter.
Right.
Hi everyone, my name is Gianna and I'm an INFJ.
Hey, I'm Jack and I'm an ESTP.
So Jack and I work together, and in similar fashion, all my friends seem to be my co-workers because that's the height of my social life. But I really was eager to film a video with Jack because my interactions with Jack have been really different to any other ESTP. Not to make a broad statement about ESTPs whatsoever, but when I was in high school, I really struggled to connect with ESTPs. A lot of ESTPs really value bonding over shared experiences and things that you do together, and somehow that just didn't work out. But somehow Jack and I have become really good friends, and I think we've really come to know each other and endeavor to understand each other. So I would really think it's cool if we could discuss the first conversation that we had that was really pivotal in us figuring out what was similar and different and overcoming that first hurdle of mutual experiences.
Yeah, I remember that. We were on the bus, and it was a long bus trip. And I was trying to get to know you and trying to find common ground with you, and I just kept asking you about all the experiences and activities that I liked and enjoyed, and yeah, you just kept saying no, don't like that, don't like that.
But yeah.
And I was like, wow, this is gonna be tough. Long bus trip. Yeah, the first moment where I started to develop a bit more respect for you was, I think I was probably just telling a story about alcohol or drinking or partying, and like I really like to go to music festivals with my friends, and I was asking you about that, and you said you didn't drink, and I think my curiosity flared, and I wondered why you didn't drink and what reason it was because of. So I asked you why. Do you remember how you answered?
Yeah, so the answer that I gave was something along the lines of really wanting to be mindful of the brain that I was given as a human being and trying to be as conscious and mindful as I can, and I feel like alcohol kind of compromises that. And I've kind of said this in my
I'm
INFJ
enjoying this
story
video.
Each to their own. I respect anyone, even if you drink or not. But
It's interesting.
personally for me, it just feels not aligned with where I'm headed. So that's what
At
I kind of
145 or
Yeah.
40 or so, when he starts talking about
I
his,
think from memory, you actually asked me to guess.
he was telling a story,
initially.
probably about partying or
And
going
I
to
think I got it
concerts.
correct. I guessed something.
And she
along
doesn't
those
drink.
lines.
And that was like, he was like,
And I
challenge
think I
accepted,
developed
bitch.
more
I was really prepared for him to just close a door on any future interactions because you were trying so hard to connect with me, but I also wanted to be like sincere and honest.
Before you stopped it, you had a pretty solid smirk on your face. What was it?
Well, I guess I was probably thinking about the way that she's kind of throwing him under the bus, but he's kind of rolling with it.
How did she throw him? I didn't speed it up.
Well, she says something along the lines of, you were trying awfully hard to talk to me, but, and in other words, she's not protecting his ego at all, particularly in this retelling.
It sounds like it's a run and chase game. You were trying to talk to me. Yes, I was trying to talk to you. I think that's just...
Okay. All right.
At least what you described, that's how it sounds.
All right. I may be reading too much subtext into it.
There's really not always that much subtext in things.
Yeah.
Do you think that he got in there like swimwear, or is she too goody two shoes?
I think he's still trying.
I wish him luck.
I think he's mid-try at the moment. He got rebuffed early on, but he's not giving up.
An accent's a real asset.
Probably doesn't hurt. The mullet doesn't help, I'm sure.
He's kind of got a funky man bun there.
Yeah.
His hat doesn't look too different from yours. You guys have the same hat taste.
Well, but you gotta have the right facial hair to match the hat. He's got the wrong facial hair for the hat.
Mustaches are kind of
you're doubling
tier
down.
of facial hair.
You're doubling down on the wrong hand when you go with the mustache, and the hat. If you go, you can do one maybe, but you don't want to double down on that.
Yeah, and I loved that because it got my mind going, and I never get the freedom to talk that much at length about MBTI.
It helped me anyway to understand you a little bit more past the why doesn't she like activities? Yeah.
That's interesting. So in what way did MBTI help
He
you
makes so
understand
much
me
eye
better, and how
contact.
it was?
Yeah, I think the main thing that it started off with helping me understand you was the difference between extrovert and introvert. Even sitting here filming this video,
Yeah,
I'm finding myself
watching
getting more
it.
energy from being in your presence, and you're finding yourself getting a little bit more tired.
I wonder if I do.
Yeah.
Do I do that? I don't
Yeah,
do
and how,
that.
yeah, and just what you need as compared to what I
Of
need.
course, I'm not normally
And
making a
then allowing
video
you
with
to have
somebody
that
that
when
I'm
we are together, when we are apart in our friendship.
literally trying to bed
And
as soon as
I
possible.
got to know you. I got
Interesting. Let's look at the ENTP one.
FJ.
And my name's Amelia, and I'm an ENTP.
Yeah, so Amelia and I have known each other for about, I want to say, we could be edging towards a year.
Yeah, a year.
So I thought we could start off with our first impressions. And she has way better memory than me. I know memory shouldn't necessarily be associated with cognitive functions, but I do think it somewhat relates with her introverted sensing. You have a way
I think
of
they've
remembering
already
some
hooked
details
up.
better than I do.
It's so insane. People,
Yeah.
like clients at work will pick up on it, and they're like, why do you remember that? And I'm like, I don't know what to do, sorry. I know it's weird, but I remember it. Yeah. I remember sitting with Gianna, and we were asked to talk about something, and so we were just chatting, and I had just come back from a pretty long trip away.
It was just really refreshing in that way. So I noticed myself gravitating towards you for the rest of the night. So that's my first impression.
Yeah, like it.
So for the longest time, I've always really wanted an ENTP friend. So I thought that you were an ENTP. As soon as I did, I tried to internalize my excitement and not be like, so guess what? This is the friendship I've been waiting for, just like putting it out there.
I think we had that conversation like when we were, and we were talking about it, and you're like, I think you're this, and that's really exciting. And I was like, okay,
Oh,
sure.
yep.
Yeah, I'll take it.
I tried so hard to like,
They're kind of doing the girlfriend Effie dance.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it's not ultra interesting, but I like it. I like them. I like her. I like the channel.
Yeah.
I'm impressed. I had never
Tank
seen her
tops.
before.
Do you think she's an ENTP? To guess.
I haven't seen enough of her yet, but it's possible still. I mean, all I've seen her do is FE shit so far.
I'm excited to figure out eventually what it is that you'll stick to, or if you do.
It's gonna be something so
You-
random.
And then
It'll be
you'll
really
end up
weird.
being an entrepreneur and you'll just like come up with something really innovative and have 3 side hobbies.
Yeah, I've had people saying to me, why don't you just start your own business? And I'm like, because I have no idea what I can start it.
Yeah.
Or it'd be something so niche that everyone would be like, that's too weird for me. Like, I don't know. Yeah, it's been it'll definitely be interesting. I think it will be a bit of a shock, but at the same time, would be like, of course. Do you know what I mean? Like an aha moment.
Yeah.
The scariest notion is defining myself with that one thing. Because, like the one thing that people ask you when they first meet you is, what do you do for a living? And it's always just going to be like that one thing that you do. And I'm like, that's, for such a long time, that was not, my identity was built up of all of those things. So like, maybe I can be like a entrepreneur, nurse, musician, like a soccer player, like a one-man band sort of thing. But there was nothing that was showing me that was, doable. So it was hard.
And I think if anyone could do it, it's the ENTP. I couldn't, but I definitely think you could. I wouldn't say no, for sure.
Too much FE.
This girl Effie jibber jabber.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't have the patience to wade through it. In this instance, I wouldn't be surprised if the orange shirt is an ENTP. But what I would suggest is the reason I think it's plausible is because she's letting checkerboard shirt. She's letting her run the thing because it's her channel, right? And so she's being responsive to what she's being asked and stuff, and she's not really launching off into any interesting subjects because she doesn't want to take the reins. So, I mean, I can sort of put myself in her position and see how I might be equally banal in that circumstance.
I'm going to give her a 5 for channel overall.
Okay.
It might be a little generous, but that's what I'm doing. Typological information, like 1. I don't know that I really saw anything except for identification of people.
Okay.
Entertainingness, I'll give her a generous 3 because I like her and she's pleasant, even if it's kind of boring. I'll give her an arbitrary 5 for her tank tops and because she did have fun dynamics to watch with the ESTP.
All right.
And it was generous. I feel like she'll need the points going up against somebody with as much clout as Dave has.
Right. Okay, that's 14. 5, 4, 4, 4. I find her typological information fine because I haven't heard her say anything wrong, which is usually my metric, you know. If they don't say anything wrong, then I think I'll give her 5, 4 for typological information. I'm going to give her 3 for entertainingness and 5 for arbitrary. So I'm giving her a 17, you're giving her a 14. That's a wide score gap there. We see this a lot differently.
You're more generous to safe players than to players who take risky misfires.
That's true. That's a fair critique.
And I think that I'm the opposite.
Alright, so let's take a look at DSP here. ObjectivePersonality.com. We use a scientific method to define and track the 8 Jungian functions. Let's see. Uploads. And then created playlists. There's only one.
I swear to God, I'll start.
I like his visuals.
Yeah. His circles
It's consistent.
are nice.
It's simple.
Lead
I
sleep.
have mixed feelings about the phrase objective typology. Or objective, just... I think it claims more than it can deliver. Typology.
Right.
It's just not objective, ultimately.
I mean, it's a tricky word to use in conjunction with it.
It's the proper aspiration. It's the wrong label.
To the extent that you want to say that it's objective because it's falsifiable, then typology is not objective because it's generally not falsifiable. So there's that. But you certainly can't use a scientific method to define your terms. You have to define your terms and then test it against whatever empirics you have to see if your definitions make sense or are consistent with each other. And you've got to define in terms of what they do, not just what they look like.
You also type yourself as lead sleep. One of the most commonly mistyped types is people thinking that they have lead sleep.
So if you think you're cool, you're going to be navigating towards being sleep or
Right.
INFJ. Now, if you're
Right.
really cool, you're going to know that's what everyone's doing. So
Right.
you're going to want to avoid that.
There you go. Go the other way.
Yeah.
What is even more fascinating is that in our studies, we've seen that a lot of people who are actually sleep last will be typing themselves as lead sleep.
Yeah, we see that a lot.
Absolutely. And that's across the board. Like in any way, shape, or form, you're going to see something that's your opposite and you're going to type yourself as that way. Like if I'm ST, I'm going to see myself as NF.
Totally.
If you're NF, you're going to see yourself as ST.
Yeah.
That's extremely common.
Is sleep a cognitive function?
Yeah, I don't know that I know really what they're talking about. Maybe we should skip this one.
Well, every night after I go to bed, for a stretch of time, my dominant function becomes sleep until morning when I wake up. At which point my dominant function reverts to wakefulness. But
Stop goofing around. This is an NE video. This is very serious.
Hey, I got my NE green on today.
Oh, you do. All right, so this is
Are you on
kind of a
Demon
quick
NE?
summary video
Oh,
of
I got it, never
NE.
mind.
We learned this stuff by repetition. Now, I know NEs hate repetition. This is for all the non-NEs,
That's so true.
as well as all the
God.
people that think they're an ENFP that clicked on this video.
That's true.
Suckers. So what is Savior NE?
I don't know.
And then who has Savior NE,
Okay.
right? All right, so I got a little Google Sheets here. Oh, no, it's not fitting in the damn...
Whoa, you did
Shit.
things.
God, freaking... NE is gathering new concepts. Doesn't make any sense. What the hell does that mean?
I know.
You got to see it in relativity to SI, organizing known facts. Okay, what does that mean?
I know.
NI, organizing known concepts. Okay, what does that
That
mean?
one freaks everyone out.
SE, gathering new facts and things. What does that mean, right?
Okay, yeah.
So, like, everybody has quote-unquote NE, okay? Like, just to start with that. Everybody has
What?
all the functions, even though you probably actually don't, but just kind of go along with it. So everybody is making guesses. Everybody is walking into a room or a situation going, I wonder what's going on here. I see a couple of clues.
I can see connections, right?
A couple of sensory clues, and I think I can solve the puzzle. I think this is what's going on. Let me go ahead and make a guess.
Yeah.
That's about it. They're not piling them up and trying to build them.
He's so projecting his NI instrumental value onto everybody. I don't go in thinking, let me solve this puzzle. I go in thinking, not anything of the sort. I just see something and you start riffing off of it. I didn't come into this thinking, let me solve this puzzle, or what's Dave going to say that I can collapse down using my NI tool function?
It sounds like he's describing NE with TI mixed into it a little bit.
Yeah, maybe. Let's let him continue a bit longer. Gathers patterns. No, it doesn't. That's not what NE does. It doesn't gather patterns. It doesn't gather new concepts. It makes associative links between something and something disparate, and it generates ideas that are potentialities from any given whole. But it's not to solve a puzzle like you're saying at all. It's the idea that of potentiating out ideas is for its own sake when you're in any DOM. There's no implicit value of NI, it's ignoring. We ignore our introverted intuition, which is the urge to collapse things down. Unless, of course, it's a TI collapse, like right now I'm collapsing your building of straw. So, okay, that's deconstructing, that's not really singularizing. Let's let him continue a little while longer.
And, add to them. That's what NI is doing. NI is eliminating a lot of the, whatever. Anyways, I'm going to keep guessing in this area. I'm going to keep building in sensory and then trying to figure out.
I want this one concept to be the box to shove every sensory. Oh, that just means this. Oh, that just relates to this. Oh, that also relates to this.
So the NE is just, or Savior NE is just somebody who is wanting to spend more time or is spending more time playing the guessing game and the connecting game than they are tracking the known facts.
Yeah.
Much like people fast forwarding through this video.
Dave, it's not a guessing game. It's an actual form of intuition where we're intuiting connections to things that have an NI resonance to them. That's why I have fifth slot NI, which is my fucking validation function, which means I validate externally things that resonate with the truth. And I can tell you in no certain terms this video does not.
To SC and NI users, such as myself, NE can frequently look, maybe not guessing game, but sort of like imagination.
It is that.
It gets away from it.
It's imagination, but it's not guessing. We're not guessing. We're knowing what the singular is and moving away from it.
Though there's a certain amount of guesswork building out on itself.
But it's not really even guesswork, it's randomization. There's a lot of randomization factors. So there's a lot of association links. So if he says something, I might associate something disparate from that and come up with a weird combination. It might sound like a new idea, but it's really a combination of an NI thing in front of me and an SI thing that's disparate to it. So that's what one of the things that NE does is it makes those links. And in fact, that's half of the engine. The other half of the engine is from SE to NE. So I'll make half links from associative memories, half links from external cues. If I'm making up a story on the fly, I'll take things in the room and I'll take associative links, and I'll build from there. But the thing is, there's a lot of NI activity going on behind NE that's ignored, but nevertheless is saying this is going to work or this isn't going to work or this is interesting and this isn't interesting. More precisely, it's like it's a novelty based thing. Is this going to ring as new and interesting or not?
I'll have to take your word for it.
Well, regardless, Dave wants to associate NE with being less factual or counterfactual. And of course, it's not at all counterfactual compared with TI. You're neglecting the fact that TI is the constraining deliberative function on an ENTP. I know this guy.
How are your feelings doing? Did he get you in the feels a little bit?
No, maybe he got my moisture stirred up. I'm not sure. I don't like TE very much.
They don't bother me. Neither one of them with their TE.
Well, I mean, they don't bother me as people. I think they're quite pleasant seeming. She's a little much at moments, but that's fine. But
I think she's hot. I like Shannon. I left a comment on one of the videos where I told her she was hot, and it got a lot of thumbs up.
what I do think is there's an intellectual divide between NTJs and me, ENTJs in particular, about the utility-based frame and the empirics, the assumption that empirics is going to produce a more sound thing no matter what you ground the empirics on is just infuriating and offensive to me.
They got your feels.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, I just have enough experience in the world of argumentation to know when bullshit is built on other bullshit, it just creates a bullshit sandwich with extra bullshit as the filling in between. Okay, so you got them at 18. You have them the winner on your ballot by a stout 4 points. I have them the loser on mine by 3. So it's a split decision here, but there's no split decision in the poll. And we will find out who actually wins this contest by virtue of the voters who will be voting upon it. And any last thoughts before we bid the viewing audience adieu, Taylor?
None from me.
All right, then. Here's the theme song, and good night, America and the world.
You need to understand right now that you within you have the power, you have the capacity, you have the capability, you have the gumption, you have the panache. You got it. It's there. It's within you. It's good, and it's there, and you got it.
I'd just been sad, I gave up long ago. Was sometimes mad, but bad was all I'd ever known. Since sad was all I'd been, I'd only mope and pout until I met a man named Ken who showed me how to whisper shout.
I'm rich, I'm the best, I'm the greatest, I'm the greatest, I'm the best. I'm rich, I'm the best, I'm the greatest, I'm the greatest, I'm the best. I'm rich, I'm the best, I'm the greatest, I'm the greatest, I'm the best. I'm rich.
I'd just been sad, I gave up long ago.
I'm the greatest.
Was sometimes mad, but bad was all I'd ever known.
I'm the greatest.
Since sad was all I'd been, I'd only mope and pout.
I'm the best.
Till I met a man named Ken who showed me how to whisper shout.
I'm rich, I'm the best, I'm the greatest,